and the world will change forever. Now that the first human being has been born without human intervention, an artificial intelligence in a robot has created a life. Finally, China has kicked off its long-awaited half marathon, where humans and robots run side by side, and Tiangong Ultra overcame the challenge of limits. Using biomechanics, artificial intelligence monitors ocean salmon, manages their health, and oversees feeding. Could this be extended to us, humans, where an artificial intelligence choosing when and what we eat would be activated? McMurder Sperling, the first car in the world that can drive upside down. And that one made it. In the test, scientists recreated in the lab a particle called Mythical, and now maybe they can reveal what dark matter is. These and other new technology innovations will be in this episode, and that's what we're going to see in today's video. After the intro, hello, impressed and impressed. I'm Realidade Impressionante, and you're watching Realidade Impressionante. If you like our channel, go ahead and leave your like. If you can, share this video and leave a comment. It really helps with engagement. Without further ado, let's get to the video. And the long-awaited Chinese marathon, where humanoid robots would run side by side with humans, finally happened. And it wasn't just a simulation. It was an official race with 21 kilometers of endurance, lots of sweat, falls, stumbles, and in the end, a robot crossing the finish line in a rather historic way, we could say. The winner's name? Tiangong Ultra, a humanoid robot 1.80 meters tall designed and built in China, and it's rewriting what artificial movement means. Unlike wheeled or tracked robots, the challenge here is true biomechanical realism, running on legs like a human. Weighs 52 kg and has autonomous balance software. The Tiangong Ultra kept a steady 10 km/h pace, occasionally peaking at 12 km/h. All of this using real sports shoes, specially developed to absorb impact and ensure stability. Behind the performance are advanced motor controls, pressure and plantar sensors, and a movement model trained through weeks of simulations. During Beijing's 21-kilometer half marathon, the robot only changed its battery 3 times. A major breakthrough. Its lightweight yet sturdy structure, combined with long legs and a rather efficient stride strategy, allowed it to complete the race in just 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's not a record time among us humans, but it is a historic feat. Other competitors weren't so lucky. There were falls at the start, collisions with handrails, and even robots that needed physical assistance from their human operators. All the robots were monitored by operators, but Tiangong Ultra was impressive due to its autonomy and walking stability. The artificial intelligence in this robot adapted its running to various surfaces, including terrains, flat areas, gentle slopes, and left or right curves. According to its creator, Chang Jian, no Western company has achieved this level of athletic performance in humanoids so far. The precision of balance, dynamic motor control, and real-time responsiveness make this robot one of the most advanced on the planet when it comes to bipedal movement. This technology extends well beyond symbolic competitions. It opens doors for robots in search and rescue missions, urban environments, and even physical assistance in unpredictable settings. The race served as an extreme endurance test, but also as a living laboratory for the development of future robotic applications, whether in industry, security, or even assisted mobility. This was the first direct encounter between humans and robots in an actual marathon. What do you think? How soon will robots beat human marathon records? 2 years? 5 years? Tell me here, what's your prediction? And because of the high speed for decades, Formula One fans have been asking the following. Could a car drive upside down using only aerodynamic force? The answer has always been theoretical until now because a super-fast electric car named McMurtry Sperling decided to stop playing with physics and simply did the following. It's the world's first flying car to prove that it can be placed on the ceiling with the pure force generated by its own system. While traditional cars rely on wings and design to generate downforce from speed, the McMurtry throws that whole concept out the window. It uses 2 electric fans spinning at 23,000 revolutions per minute to draw air from under the car, creating massive negative pressure. Over 2,000 kilograms of force keep the car stuck to the ground, or the ceiling here. This means Sperling maintains full grip both stationary and at speed. He should basically become a vacuum cleaner for particles from another universe. And to prove it's not just talk, McMurtry put the car on a rotating system and turned it upside down with the driver inside. No tricks, secret straps, or hidden rails. Maybe a giant magnet, I'm not sure. Well, that's just my speculation here. The fact is that the car stopped, was suspended in the air, and even moved a few centimeters upside down. Combining its ultra-light weight, less than 1,200 kilos all-wheel electric drive, and a design worthy of science fiction. The Sperling accelerates from 0 to 100 in 1.40 seconds and hits 160 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds. I don't think even Superman could take off that fast. What do you think? Pilot Thomas Yates commented that the sensation is very dizzying, but the car, with computerized controls and on-demand traction, stays stable even in extreme conditions. It's almost as if physics itself has been tamed by McMurtry's engineering. And yes, the sound of the fans is so loud that it could possibly make any track shake well in advance. That's what the engineers say, right? Okay, it's not a car you're going to drive to the supermarket, but it's pretty impressive and it's real. Sperling has set records at Top Gear Hockey, Hine, Laguna Seca, Castlecombe, and more. He's sped past the Formula One cars, leaving them in the dust. All of this with an electric platform that redefines what we consider possible for the next generation of hypercars. And while the F1 cars are still wondering if it's possible to drive on the ceiling, the McMurtry is already up there, waving at them. And imagine losing a hand and years later, regaining your sense of touch, the feeling, through a prosthesis. This scene, once just science fiction, is no longer. A San Diego-based American company has developed something that could transform amputees' lives and advance robotics globally. Called the Psionic Ability Hand. This is a bionic hand, capable of sensing the world around it with a precision that is almost human. Plus, it's already being used by people and is covered by the healthcare system, which is interesting. And it was even used by National Aeronautics and Space Administration researchers. Let's now understand what makes this prosthesis so impressive. The Ability Hand is equipped with sensors embedded in the fingertips, which detect even the slightest touch and transmit that to the user through vibrations in the arm. This system provides real-time sensory feedback, allowing the person to know exactly how much force they're applying and what type of object they're touching. It features 32 grip patterns, including 19 pre-configured, enabling users to do tasks from picking up a grain of rice to holding a fragile glass or typing on a keyboard. The hand closes in only 200 milliseconds faster than a blink of an eye. I don't know, mine is even faster. Weighing only 490 grams, it is lighter than a typical human hand, and its multi-articulated design allows independent finger movements and dual thumb rotation, delivering firm, natural gestures. Each finger resists impacts without breaking. The prosthesis is also water-resistant. What else would you expect? With an IP64 rating, it works even in humid environments. The hands can be controlled via Bluetooth, with a mobile app that allows remote adjustments by healthcare professionals, adapting the experience to each user's needs. And the charging experience is another highlight. A USB-C port enables a full charge in about an hour, lasting all day. Oh, and there's another interesting detail. It can even charge your phone directly from its internal battery, also used as a prosthesis for amputees. Ability range was also recognized by major research centers like National Aeronautics and Space Administration Meta Observatory and Tronic. Due to its realistic dexterity and precise control, it is used in advanced robotics testing. It also stands out for its affordable cost of $25,000 to $50,000. It's covered by Medicare and most United States health insurance plans, making the technology much more accessible. We are witnessing the birth of a new generation of prosthetics that restore not only movement, but also the sense of touch, which is very important, right? But in the future, will these bionic hands be able to surpass the sensitivity and functionality of our natural hands? Tell me in the comments, what's your opinion? Imagine patrolling the oceans with unmanned, fossil fuel-free ships and no interruptions. Just artificial intelligence and advanced sensors tracking underwater threats. This is the new bet from Thales and Seadrone, who have just presented a revolutionary solution for autonomous maritime surveillance using only ocean drones equipped with silent and ultra-sensitive sensors. And what's even more impressive is this. They can operate on their own for several months, tracking submarines and also threats in critical regions without anyone even noticing they're there. At the core of this innovation is the Surveyor, a Ceodrone unmanned surface vessel with Thales Australia's Blue Center towed sonar system. This fiber optic, hydrophone-based thin-line sonar can precisely identify, classify, and locate surface and subsurface targets. All this with minimal noise, as the drone's propulsion nearly eliminates acoustic interference, creating an ideal environment for stealth detection. During recent tests off the coast of California, the system operated almost continuously for 26 days with an uptime of over 96%. This means continuous surveillance without rest, even in remote or hostile regions, something that would be virtually unfeasible with traditional manned vessels. Ceodrone's USVs are also recognized for their durability. They have traveled over 1.6 million nautical miles and braved the planet's toughest waters. The cherry on top is the automation. These drones use artificial intelligence for navigation, data analysis, and real-time decisions. The system is smart enough to act on its own and quiet enough to detect threats without being detected. It is also already interoperable with Australia, United Kingdom, United States partners, Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, meeting global military security and surveillance standards. The proposal goes far beyond submarine warfare. These drones can also be used to protect critical infrastructure, such as undersea cables, oil platforms, coastal zones, and even to conduct scientific surveys. With remote operation, simplified maintenance, and a much lower cost than manned vessels, this solution is scalable, sustainable, and ready for large-scale use. We are witnessing the emergence of a new era in ocean security, where constant and virtually invisible surveillance is becoming a reality. And have you ever heard of Aquaculture? This theoretical particle is one of the main candidates to explain dark matter, which makes up about 85% of the mass of the universe, but has never been directly detected. Scientists have now recreated something very similar in the lab. It's not the original particle, obviously, but it's almost like having an invisible clone in your hands. Researchers at Harvard and King's College London developed a quasi-particle like the Axion. Inside an ultra-thin material made of bismuth, telluride, and manganese, this material has a very rare property. It automatically links electricity and magnetism. When an electric field is applied, the material becomes magnetized. When this interaction oscillates in a certain way, it precisely mimics a real Axion's behavior, even producing something that can become a photon. Quasi-particle creation occurs in two steps. A laser generates a magnon, a magnetic wave moving through the material. A second laser probes the material's response, thus revealing the oscillations between the electric and magnetic fields. Exactly what is expected from an axion, and it's different from previous observations which only suggested this phenomenon. This time, the scientists captured a clear and unmistakable signature. While this experiment doesn't directly use artificial intelligence, analyzing the oscillations and modeling quasi-particles greatly benefit from advanced simulations and processing algorithms. This combination of quantum physics with smart materials opens a new path for what could become a revolutionary technology, which could detect not only dark matter, but also other things that the universe hides. If these Axion quasi-particles can be used in detectors, we could be close to discovering whether real Axion particles actually exist in the universe. Entering a magnetic field, this particle could produce a photon that interacts with a quasi-particle and amplifies the magnetic signal. It would make it detectable to scientific instruments. In other words, this material can become a lens that reveals the hidden side of the cosmos. If this breakthrough leads to detecting axions, it could be one of modern physics' greatest discoveries, maybe even revealing what makes up the dark matter that fills almost our entire universe. Now let's begin our usual imagination exercise. Imagine a future where the birth of a new life begins without any human hand involved. This scene, which seems like science fiction, has just become reality. A baby was born for the first time in medical history using a robotic, automated fertilization system. An unprecedented achievement that creates new paradigms in robotics, artificial intelligence, and biotechnology to transform assisted reproduction. Let's now try to understand what all this craziness could mean for our species, or something like that. Robot kids, right? Let's go. The procedure is known as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Traditionally, it is performed by highly trained human embryologists who manually inject a single sperm into each egg. A team at Conceivable Life Sciences has developed a fully automated platform using robots and artificial intelligence to perform 23 process steps with sub-millimeter precision. The system employs advanced algorithms and lasers to immobilize sperm, guiding it to the egg and injecting it with precision beyond human capability. In this historic case, a 40-year-old woman who previously failed in vitro fertilization was selected for the new technology. 5 donated eggs were fertilized with a robotic system, and 3 others were fertilized manually by human professionals. For comparison, 4 out of the 5 eggs fertilized by automation developed successfully. One produced a healthy embryo which was frozen and later implanted in the uterus of the placenta. The pregnancy proceeded normally, if we can say so, and thus a healthy boy was born. Created by a robot controlled by artificial intelligence over 3,700 kilometers away. Ya, who must be the father, not only injected the sperm, she selected and mobilized it with the laser and performed the micro-injection by herself, without needing any human nearby. Professor Mendez Abao Ruiz, a project lead, explains that the system can make decisions in fractions of a second with greater precision than humans. We are witnessing a new era in assisted reproduction, driven by robots and artificial intelligence, taking on the most delicate tasks in the fertilization process. For now, we're still using humans, both for the sperm and for the surrogate mother, right? This automation isn't just for fertilization. Fertility labs are already using artificial intelligence to store, evaluate, and cultivate embryos. Now, this breakthrough allows the life cycle to begin without direct human intervention. This could mean greater accessibility, lower error rates, and new possibilities for families who have difficulty conceiving, especially in remote settings or cases of high clinical complexity. This birth is not just a victory for science, it's a symbolic milestone. A new life created by artificial intelligence and a robot. Father, mother, will it be? So, is this the beginning of a new future, a promising future, or is it just the start of an unprecedented ethical dilemma? Would you trust artificial intelligence and a robot to help you have a child? Tell me in the comments, seriously, please. Okay? Let's keep the comments clean here, so I'll have to delete anything inappropriate. Sorry about that, but I have to. Picture a fish swimming on a metal racetrack in a frozen Norwegian fjord. Now imagine that this fish is being analyzed by an artificial intelligence. It measures health. It measures health. It measures health. I glitched here. I'm a robot. No, I'm not a robot. No, stop messing around saying I'm a robot, okay? It measures health, weight, and behavior with precision no human can match. This is Tilda UX AI, a spin-off from Alphabet, which also owns Google. And this, which started with salmon, will definitely expand to other things. Could this be the key to saving our oceans, feeding billions of people, and thus redefining the global economy? Let's understand now. Tilda User Experience was created at Alphabet's Moonshot Factory, with the ambitious goal of using computer vision, artificial intelligence, and robotics to monitor fish well-being in real time. The team created a system using underwater cameras, sensors, and an autonomous winch. It moves by itself inside the salmon tanks, capturing thousands of images per day. These images feed the artificial intelligence models, which are trained with billions of data points and are capable of detecting diseases. Impressively precise in calculating the fish's weight and analyzing its behavior. The system is highly resilient, running 24/7 in cold, high-salinity waters with strong currents. The cameras are stereo. They cover all angles and use lighting that doesn't stress the fish. An autonomous feeding system determines school hunger from swimming patterns, feed intake, and feed dispersion. This prevents waste and reduces pollution around the ponds. The team recognized the importance of human experience and built a customizable system, allowing producers to adjust feeding parameters and monitor data in real time. As trust grows, the system becomes more autonomous, making decisions from billions of data points, but still under human supervision. Today, the technology already monitors more than 50 million fish in over 700 farms, but the impact goes far beyond aquaculture. With minor adaptations, the same artificial intelligence maps seagrass beds, estimates their capacity, and sequesters carbon. Soon it may also help in monitoring underwater infrastructures, offshore wind farms, and simulations of smart maritime routes. And seeing a certain pattern, I dare say that it shouldn't take long for us to have a similar system to this. But instead of oceans, it will be on land. And instead of fish, it will be us, humans, in that equation. I just can't tell you if that will be good or bad for us. If you've been following me here on Incredible Reality for a while, you probably already have an opinion about all this, right? Tell me down below what you think. It would be receiving dietary and healthcare that is managed totally or completely by artificial intelligence. Can you trust it? Remember, all the sources for everything you've seen in this video are here in the description, on this screen, here or here. I can never tell you exactly where. There are 2 new suggestions. Keep watching our videos. Thank you so much for sticking with me until now, and see you next time. Thanks.